The voice must be lubricated for the podcast.
Yes, love. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
1, 2.
3. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Bahalaka podcast.
Oh, my voice sounds nice.
Yeah? See what a little adjustment will do?
Yes.
Y'all, show them the thermometer.
Show the thermometer. Why did you get it out earlier?
I don't know. What we at, y'all?
Where's
Wow.
Wow. It's not 85 degrees.
We have the air conditioning running in the background. First episode with it, y'all. And because of your guys' support
No.
with the Bahalaka podcast, we were able to afford this air conditioner for the office space. So, guys,
Right from our pocket.
So, thank you guys
His pocket.
so much for supporting the podcast. Road to 100 followers. So, thank you guys so much for supporting us, because with your support and dedication to what we do, we now have a cool room to do this podcast in. So right now, we're going to deliver way better content from here on out. So thank you guys.
You fucking bought the AC from Amazon. Thank you, Amazon.
I don't know when we last did when we last recorded. It's been a while.
Like 2 weeks ago.
We've had a busy week. Dude, it's been already a whole month since I shaved my mustache.
Mustache?
And honestly, it's growing fast.
Yes.
It's those hot summer days bearing down on my skin.
Missed it.
Yeah, I missed it. So it's coming back slowly.
Long.
The hair is getting long too, y'all. Next episode, your boy's gonna be rocking a different hairstyle, most likely. So we'll see how that goes.
Mullet 2.0.
Mullet 2.0. We'll see how it looks. I might not like it, but we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, we're here to do some podcasting.
Yeah.
And let's just start with what we're going to talk about. I mean, we split it up into two parts, but just an early congratulations to Greta Gerwig.
Yes.
Do you know why? See the headline this morning?
No, I didn't.
First solo woman director to hit over 1 billion in global revenue for a movie.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So Greta did it.
Yeah. Congrats, Greta.
Yeah.
She's great. I love her. I still haven't seen Little Woman, though.
You need to watch it.
Yeah, watch it with me.
Oh, you want to?
What's that? We'll watch that later.
Watch that later. Okay.
Thanks for sending us the video of us dancing, Leslie.
Yep. Guys, we have... I mean, it's all the rage right now, right? Greta Gerwig's movie. The indie classic. We're talking about Barbie.
We love Barbie. We watched it literally a week ago. I'm wearing a shirt that I found at Target. It has all, like, it's Barbie, but it's all, like, people of color, and I love it.
Yeah. And we're gonna just talk about Barbie, gender,
and childhood toys.
Childhood
because
toys.
In the end, Barbie is a toy that probably a lot of people have grown up with. So it's like there are definitely toys that have shaped our lives growing up. I know definitely for my sisters and I, Barbie was actually a big part of our lives, along with other toys. Actually, I have one of them in the background. He's in the back left above Reden's shoulder, if you're watching this. But if you're not, in the background, it's one of my childhood toys.
I didn't put him there. Did you put him there?
I didn't put him there. He was in my bag. So how'd he get there? Scary. Anyways, so his name is Baby Dinkelman. He's a little bear in a blue bunny suit.
Yeah.
Onesie.
Yeah.
So I just thought it would be nice to have him here, since we'll be talking about childhood toys, and later on we'll be discussing our thoughts on Barbie the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And just all that movie really does, because I saw it with Vicky and her family, and I was talking to people at my work, like have you seen the Barbie movie yet?
It's still all over TikTok, and it's been out for a while.
And I just kept telling people, like, yeah, it is a very smart, thoughtful movie. So we'll talk about that in the second part. But first, we're going to talk about
childhood toys.
Yeah, just childhood and just how we just interacted with toys. Because toys are for kids. For
Tricks are for kids.
tricks are for kids.
Silly rabbit.
And I feel like toys are a very memorable part of one's childhood.
And our their development overall.
Yeah, and I feel like it does have a very big influence into how a person's life or just development turns out. So I know you did a little bit of research. Are you gonna kind of funnel that in?
Some of it comes up in like the last few questions we have in regards to childhood toys. So when they come up, I'll be talking about some of them because I like research.
So let's start off with just like, because I feel like toys are so tied with memory. So we'll start off with like which toy, like out of all the toys that you played with, let's just start off with like the most memorable one.
I think the most memorable one was definitely my Little Mermaid toy. I think
describe it to me.
It's a plush, and it's I know the most memorable part of that toy for me was her hair was made of yarn, so it was red yarn. So it was pretty cool when I could braid her hair and everything.
Was this like a McDonald's promo thing?
No. It was definitely something we got from the Disney store, I think.
I see.
And I don't know, like it was like definitely from like a Disney store, but I can't remember if it was given to me as a gift from my parents or we were out together. I just remember playing with her all the time, and I think I remember telling you this story, but it was very sad when she was very worn out because I played with her a lot. I brought her everywhere. She was one of the toys I remember going to like just sleeping with, like on my nap times and everything. And I just remember one nap time, I was falling asleep and I just dropped her like onto the floor. And when I woke up and I was gonna go try to find her, couldn't find her.
Damn.
I didn't know where she was, and I think because she was so worn out and like beaten up,
like a dog toy.
Yeah. And like dirty, I guess. But I'm like, I could have put it in a washer. I think it would have been fine. But I think my parents just took her away and threw her out.
Like, it's like the Toy Story meme. It's like, I've had enough of it. Like, I'm
I
done with you.
don't want to play with you anymore.
Cool.
Yeah,
so that's your standout.
Yeah, that is a baby Dinkelman. It was Ariel as a plush. Yes, because she was my favorite princess at the time. Besides Belle.
Nice.
And you?
So this is where like I feel like there's gonna be a good commentary or just a good discussion. Is because I don't think that I really grew up with toys in the traditional sense. I don't think I really have a big favorite because either one, I don't really have a lot of memories associated with it because I think either one, I was too picky or two, I found out what I liked straight away and it wasn't toys. It was games. It was books. So I think the number one standout toy for me as like a child, it was probably my Game Boy Advanced SP.
Nice.
And this one was cool because it was kind of like a flip. Like it was like a perfect square, but you could like flip it over so you could protect the screen. But that's not the important part because it was nice and compact. It looked like a big like a makeup eyeshadow thing. You know.
Fit it in your pocket.
You can fit it in your pocket, sure. I think I just carried it around in one of my hands. I always had it in my hand, and I think it ran on. Bless you.
Thank you.
And I'm also pretty sure it ran on like you could charge it. I don't remember. Either way, I always had to fully charge it if it was batteries or something like that.
Cool.
But the thing that was clutch about it, the screen could light up.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't like dark. It like, for example, like when previous ones like it wouldn't even look like this. It would be like dim.
Yeah, and it would just be all like black.
Yeah.
Black text and. Okay.
Exactly. And it was very hard to see during the nighttime or just when like you're when the lighting isn't good. But with the Game Boy Advance SP, it changed the game. I can now like play in bed with the blanket over me.
Yeah.
Play on like the nighttime drives home
Pretend to be asleep.
from a family party. And it hit. I had that in my hand all the time playing games like Pokemon and there's a strategy game called Advance Wars that I played a lot. Golden Sun. Yeah, props to my brother for really getting me a lot of those games though.
Yeah.
These weren't purchases from my parents
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like my brother introduced me to gaming,
Uh-huh.
and for that I'm very very thankful.
Were those games hand me downs or he bought them
No,
brand
like
new
he
for
bought
you?
me, and I do have this one memory. I don't know how. Okay, I got to tell this before I even forget. There was one memory that I had where the game Advance Wars.
Mm-hmm.
They actually made a recent re-release of it. It's looks pretty cool. I actually might buy it because it's things like nostalgia. But um, I think he had a copy and I had a copy, so that way we could play each other,
Mm-hmm.
which was cool. There's like a hard link cable that you would just connect between the two Game Boys, and then you could like play each other and be competitive and stuff.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure at one point I either destroyed mine or like I put it in the dryer or like it melted with like a chocolate bar or something like that, and then just got chocolate all over it.
Okay.
And I think I got so ashamed that I couldn't tell my brother that I lost it
Mm-hmm.
or like I broke it or whatever. And then I like hid it in like my game cabinet where like he knew where that was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of just like put it off to the side and I just started playing Pokemon again and other games, you know. I was too ashamed to tell my brother about how I broke the game that he gave me. And then like a few weeks later or like a week later, I go check my drawer again. I'm like, ugh, I should just throw this away now. And there was a new copy of it in the drawer.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
And I'm like, what the fuck? This is my brother's? Like,
What happened to you?
what happened here? How do you know? So anyway, and he never talked to me about it. He just kind of showed it up. But anyway, that's my main thing. I also read a lot of books: Lemony Snicket, Harry Potter.
I read a lot of books too. My stuffed animals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was a movie that had its big impact on me was Hotel for Dogs. It had Emma Roberts and Jake T. Austin in there as the leads, and I wanted to do Hotel for Dolls.
Is there like dude? You know what would be a sick like HBO miniseries?
What?
Did you ever watch like Did you ever read the Magic Treehouse books?
Mm-hmm. That's one of the books I would read to my dolls.
I need to reread that. There's also like Wayward School. Fuck, what's it called? There are some twisted books when I was a kid. It was called like Wayward High.
I don't know. Oh.
Anytime the light does that, guys, because the AC's pumping. Wayward School.
Yeah, so I had Hotel for Dolls.
Wayside School.
What
That's
is
called.
that? Let me see.
This was the icon. This one right here. Sideways Stories from Wayside School by Louis Sakar.
I never read that.
Classic. That shit gave me nightmares too. There's some cool ones in there. But anyway, they should do more like mature series. Like I would love to watch like a
One. I would like to see Magic Treehouse though.
Mature House would be sick.
Yeah.
I'm like these kids, they're way in over their head.
They're doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they meant. Like we need like all this experience and everything you need for your resume. And that's what they already have all that.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, but let me just continue with my train of thought here. So yeah, I didn't have a lot of toys. My toys were mostly games and books, but the toys that I did have, they weren't hand-me-downs from my brother and sister because they were already much older at that point. Mm-hmm. They're 12 and 10 years older than me respectively, and a lot of my toys would be interacting with other kids. So and me wanting to fit in with them. So, for example, when I went to Sunday school, because my parents were like kind of ashamed that I'd never got my first communion because they are Catholic and stuff, and they want to, make sure that I'm a good Catholic boy. They sent me to Catholic school.
Make sure you're a good Filipino kid.
So let me sure I'm a good Filipino kid, by the way. And I got to play with Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the show. I watched the shit out of it. I would watch cartoons all day, and I knew how to play. But like I was given like the hand-me-down cards from these kids that didn't want to play, that didn't want these cards anymore. And I was also exposed to Beyblade, which is like such a meme, like kids toy.
Yes.
Like wow, it's like monster trucks, but
Yes.
anime. I just didn't have a lot of my own toys, dude.
Mm.
That's it.
A lot
really.
of mine and my sister's toys became hand-me-downs that we would send over to the Philippines. So a lot of ours were like brand new that we would have for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I remember telling you this too. Like some of my sister's favorite toys, they would I would find them in the trash, but my sisters would never know because they had so many other ones. They definitely had more toys than I did, and I would play with their stuff too. We'll like all hang out. They definitely got I think we had a Barbie house. We did. We had a Barbie house. Played with that. It had oh my god. It had an elevator. It was so fucking cool.
Like battery powered?
No, it's manual. You have to do it yourself.
It's like a pulley.
Yeah, you have to pull it up yourself. Nika and Bianca also got a kitchen, so I always loved being a customer in at the restaurant. And sometimes there would actually be real food, but it's just cereal, Fruit Loops, and milk and stuff. It's like, would you like milk with your cereal? Yeah.
Cute. Yeah, I wish I got to do that type of stuff when I was a kid. Like when I was home, like my sister and brother, they were too old for me to like really play with them.
Right.
So we couldn't do like imagination type stuff, like in that one Bluey episode you showed me.
Wait,
so
which one?
The one where like the dad's like a boat or whatever.
Oh, with all the crayons.
Yeah.
Markers, the felt markers.
Mm-hmm. And they're doing like running, or what's with the grandpa too, and they're running like a little restaurant.
Oh yeah, right. I think you're talking for the first one. That's Rug Island, and then and the grandpa didn't know how to use
smart like delivery apps.
He didn't know how to use like DoorDash.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So and that's fine. I mean, I found my own like fun in just getting lost in my own worlds.
Yeah, you're
creative. And then also I found the computer. So I was on the computer all the time playing like Miniclip and addictinggames.com and RuneScape.
That you play still now.
That I still play, yes, as a 28-year-old.
My sisters and we would play on the family computer. We had CDs and everything that we would put in. I remember one of them was like a Dr. Seuss like games that all three of us would play. And then there was this one other game I can't remember, but it had a bird and her name was Mango. I can't remember the actual thing, but it was all educational. But it was really fun that my sisters and I enjoyed. And then we also when I think our first introduction to video games was when my mom bought a Nintendo DS, 3DS, I think.
3DS is pretty recent.
Oh, DS, Nintendo DS.
The first
ours
DS.
was pink, the first one.
Okay.
And it had the stylus and everything, and.
I remember playing the shed. Did you ever play Nintendogs?
No, my mom wouldn't let me get it.
Dude, we're legit gonna get a DS so you can play Nintendogs. And you're gonna get the dog that looks just like Mushu. And you're gonna take care of virtual Mushu.
Yes.
And real Mushu. You could teach your dog how to break dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember the commercials.
I'd be like, I would name my dog like Spike. I'd be like, Spike, break dance. Spike, do a flip.
Like the dogs from the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
A lot of Mario games that my sisters and I would play. I know one of them is like memorable because it was the ones we had to like blow into the mic to get Mario to jump.
Yeah. Nice.
And then we definitely had to learn how to share, and that's hard with all three of us, especially with me. I always hogged it because I'm the oldest.
Nice.
That's mine.
You have to play Luigi now because you're player 2.
Yeah. Oh, I think another nice one, since we'll be talking about Barbie later. We did have a Barbie car. It's like small cars that like we had to charge.
I can tell that you were already well off because you had a car. A car for a kid.
Yeah. My sisters and I, they'll be in there, but I think I remember I forgot because
I don't get it, dude.
it was fun.
It's
we
like
had a big,
it's
at
like
the time,
hey,
we had a big backyard.
You know what'd be sick? It's like, dude, like these are adult things. It's like, hey, 5-year-old, here's a court summons. That's the toy.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, here's
jury duty for kids.
court summons. Yeah.
Okay.
Or like, Here's
Where are you trying to go out here?
dude.
I had a Barbie car. We had a Barbie car. It's
Yeah,
fine.
dude, and you probably like rammed into the walls and shit.
I ran over my sisters. I think what was funny, they're fine, okay? But I remember scaring my sisters. They were against the wall, and me charging at them with the car.
That's manslaughter. That's
Dude,
vehicular
vehicular manslaughter.
vehicular manslaughter.
Yes. Like, they're fine, but they'll be screaming at me like, "At this stop!"
Those things probably don't even have seatbelts, bro.
No, there aren't. No. But I think it's cute because I think there's a picture of my sister somewhere, and they have like their like Dora Bobs.
Oh God.
It's cute. But yeah, we love that Barbie car. There was definitely a time when we knew we weren't gonna go back when it's just been out in the backyard, the color's fading, and it won't charge anymore, and it's like, aw.
Battery's dead.
Yep, that's it.
What toys did you wish you had as a kid but never got?
I wanted an easy bake oven.
There's no way like that shit's good for you.
No, probably not.
It's like the most low quality sugar.
Yeah, but I don't remember ever having one. I remember like, did we have one? I don't know. My memory's kind of like, I don't know. But like, I wanted proper easy bake oven. I feel like I played with someone's, and that's why I wanted it. But like, I don't think, it's really being, you're baking it with a light inside. Like, how is that working? But I did want an easy bake oven. I wanted more Barbies, but because we did have Barbies, and there was definitely a lot, like weird Barbie in the movie.
Did you have one? Did you have Barbies of non-white skin color?
No, it's all like regular Barbie and Ken, and then I would.
How about like at least like the brunette Barbie?
Maybe. I think we had a brunette one, but I think we had like maybe 3 or 4. But like as soon as my parents saw that we were making them do splits all the time and drawing, especially, I don't remember drawing on them. I just remember picking them up, and I'm like, who the fuck is drawing, putting makeup?
You have Kate McKinnon Barbie?
Huh?
You have Kate McKinnon Barbie?
We created a Kate McKinnon Barbie. That's how you get a weird Barbie.
Yeah.
We created them. My sisters definitely drew on them sometimes. So I think there was like blush in one of them.
Nice.
At one point. But yeah, and then they won't be able to stand anymore because we made them do splits all the time. There were some, I can't remember, but like you could bend their knees and everything rather than keeping it straight. Ooh. Gotta get used to that. Yeah, so yeah, and then I think they stopped buying us Barbies. I wanted more, especially when they came up with more of a different careers and you can collect all of these. But yeah, they stopped because my parents caught me having Barbie and Ken like kiss and make out with each other. That was it. I didn't know what sex was, but I don't know where I learned it.
It's just in the brain.
It's just there.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I remembered like I was having them do it on the stairs. And my mom walked by. I was like, "What are you doing?" And we didn't get Barbies after that.
It's because you watched Titanic as a kid and you knew.
Honestly, yeah, probably. I'm like, what are they doing in the car?
Do you want me to answer it too?
What toys did you want? But you didn't get.
Again, I kind of had all the toys that I had on the internet.
Yeah,
but I guess
any physical toys.
I guess the one toys that I was jealous that other boys had were Nerf guns. But I'm kind of glad now that I did not get them, because I'm pretty sure if my parents got me Nerf guns, I'd be in the military right now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. It could be a thing, especially if you.
There might be a correlation.
There is a correlation to that. It's one of the things that could influence your interests as you get older. So it could have been. They take a picture of you before, like with a Nerf gun, and if you were to get in the military.
It's like you're. It's like you got like the Barbie gun. Yeah, you have like not the Barbie gun, the Barbie.
Barbie gun. Oh my god.
The Barbie car. It's like my kid's first military fatigues. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, G.I. Joe. Those kind of toys,
Shit,
you know.
I knew it.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of toys
Yeah,
like that.
I didn't want like Transformers or anything like that.
Mm.
I
I really liked Hot Wheels. I like the loops. That would have been nice,
Oh,
but
dude.
I know I definitely was thinking, oh no, that's for boys.
Yeah, I had a cousin that had like those racetracks like where the Hot Wheels would go really really fast and
Yeah.
stuff, and I just got scared by it because like I could smell like the burning like chemicals and rubber
Okay, when they're going super fast.
when they're going super super fast. I'm like, this is dangerous. So then I didn't like it.
I just wanted to play with them. That's it. Well, yeah. I want to play with toys again. I think.
You do. It's called your phone, bro.
Yeah, I play Tsum Tsum. I would like to play more with Legos now.
Never had Legos either. My cousins had Legos.
We had those big chunky ones, and I remember my sisters and I, we built a big ass Lego chair, and we got to sit on them. And I remember building I always built like walls around my sisters so they couldn't get out.
Legos, Lincoln Logs.
I didn't have Lincoln Logs.
Didn't have any of that shit.
Mm.
Why did my parents get me toys, ma?
I don't know. You discovered video games. Did you ask for toys?
No.
No? Well, maybe there's that.
I also think it's because they thought toys would distract from my academics.
But yet you found games.
And
video
that
games.
distracted me from my academics, too.
Yeah. So, I lost cause there. But, continuing from there, in your opinion, what makes a good toy for a kid? A child?
Multi-purpose. The ability to make it a kid creative. So, Legos is a pretty good example.
Yes.
Legos.
Not the ones, sure, even the sets, too. If you're able to create something that isn't, like the Harry Potter Diagon Alley, if you make something different from there, that's great.
Just anything that kind of has for the user to have just open imagination. Like one of my nephews, he's older now, but he still plays a little bit of Minecraft, and he's just like a gangster with redstone, and he made a freaking calculator that can
Oh yeah.
appear on the screen. It's crazy. I'm just like, dude, this is a game where you're supposed to just kill skeletons and avoid creepers and mine diamonds
or build fucking big ass mansions.
And you're out here making a whole ass functional calculator in a game. So I'm just like, okay, that's sick.
I didn't do that, but
yeah,
that's cool, I guess.
But yeah, just anything that
inspires active play and creativity. And one of the things I want to talk about is I watch Bluey a lot. It's good for all ages. And thinking about this episode, about talking about the things we're talking about in this episode, I thought about episode Flat Pack in Bluey. And basically that's, I think it's a great allegory for evolution and everything, because while Bluey's parents, what's his name, Chili and Bandit, they're making a porch swing for their backyard, and all of the materials like the cardboard, the styrofoam, they keep throwing it in the backyard. And Bluey and Bingo, they're sisters, and they're both toddlers basically, and they take all of those things and they're creating. They start off as I don't know, fucking fish. And with all these different materials, they're building buildings out of the materials that the parents are just throwing out. Because to the parents, it's just this is trash, but to the kids, they're able to create different environments out of all of them. Like one of the parts of the porch swing, the kids treat that as a tree, and they become monkeys, and they're swinging around from them, and it's great. I love it. Like I said, it's a whole allegory for for evolution and just life and death, and all in 7 minutes. It's fucking beautiful, and the score for it is great. Makes me cry. I love Bluey.
You should just have a Bluey episode in the future.
Okay, bet.
All right, next up here.
Go ahead.
Do you want to talk about this one?
Oh yeah. So the next part, when we're talking about childhood toys, is how do gender toys affect child development?
And I think you did some research on this, yeah?
Yeah, I did. So in here, I have like notes because I love my notebook and taking notes. I wrote that toys that fall into gender stereotypes tend to provide children a sense of what goes along with being a boy and a girl.
Like, for example, you wanted that easy bake oven, right?
That's they usually have that geared towards girls. All the commercials
And
it's
stuff
girls
like
using it.
footballs, Nerf guns, Beyblades.
All for boys.
All for boys.
Usually. And then there's also like especially like Happy Meals. I was like, do you want the boys one or the girls one?
Oh yeah, fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah. So that was sad. But toys are also a crucial indicator of what skills or personality traits young children are acquiring as they play. And then when it comes to countering gender stereotypes, it's necessary if we want to open up all of the different possibilities and interests for our children as they get older. According to Dr. Lauren Springer from her 2018 study regarding gender flexibility in toy play, mixed gender play is really important, getting boys and girls to play with one another and recognize behavioral similarities. Strictly only providing boys more masculine toys and girls more feminine toys also further limits their creativity and development. For example, from her study, she says traditionally, masculine toys like blocks and puzzles encourage visual and spatial skills, while traditionally feminine toys encourage communication and social skills. So if children only play with one of them,
hold on, blocks and puzzles are a masculine toy?
Yeah, like not just that, but just in general from the studies that they've done. It's not always, especially with how they look and how they advertise it. That's usually that's more masculine.
1,000-piece puzzle.
Yeah.
Solve it with your bros. What?
But yeah, it's they are technically more masculine, and there's different toys that are feminine.
Solve this 1,000-piece puzzle of these cute little kitty cats in a basket.
But yeah, if children only play with the one, then they are missing out on a whole host of skills.
Sure.
So yeah,
I would have loved to work with an easy bake oven when I was a kid. That'd be sick.
Yeah, imagine that.
Mom, try my champorado muffin.
My ube cookie.
My ube cookie.
So it's like just sticking to only one type of like gendered toy. You don't know what that could do to a kid growing up, because especially there's if you look in the Target section in Target, toy section in Target, there's a lot of like toys that you can look at, and it could be for any gender now, for kids.
Do they have a female operation? Or a female presenting operation?
Not that I know of.
Is it still that white guy with like the weird ass Farquaad haircut?
I think so. I don't think there's a female one of that. Is there one from Monopoly? I don't know. I don't know. I think there might be one from Monopoly. Unless I could be imagining things. But there's especially for like toddlers and everything. There's a lot more.
Operation was a hard ass game.
Okay.
I'm like thinking about it now.
I never played it.
Steady hand.
Yeah.
Number 1, Sergeant.
Yeah. If oh my God, if all of your toys were just medical stuff, and then all of a sudden you're in the medical field, then there you go.
Yeah, and I knew that was I knew that the medicine wasn't my calling, so I would just be like, every single time.
I think when my sisters and I played doctor, it was just us giving each other shots. And it's like, here's your flu vaccine.
Oh.
No, actual.
I would do that with like lead pencils, with like the.
Oh yeah. Ow. Shit. No, like we would have like a doctor, like kit.
Nice.
And there would be actual. We started keeping actual Band-Aids in there. So if we actually had a paper cut, then we would go to our fake doctor kit.
Cute.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, a lot. It's nice to be able to play with both, like masculine and feminine toys, because there's different skills that you can learn from them. But there's also a lot more toys being developed now that it's any gender.
It's gender neutral.
Yeah, it's all gender neutral. But like what we were talking about before about what makes a good toy for a child, as long as it inspires active play, because that inspires creativity and everything. That isn't always just the iPad, right? There's a lot of iPad kids out there.
I'm one.
You are one. I am one too. I do like watching stuff while I do other things. But yeah.
There's always an iPad kid at like every party.
Yeah.
There was one at the party that we went to over the weekend.
Which one? Well, obviously the first one.
The first one.
I didn't see. Oh,
There was one.
you're right.
And I'm like,
You're right. I remember now.
is that kid brushing like a monster's teeth right now? It's kind of dope.
That's great because now he knows how to brush his own teeth.
It's kind of dope. Anyway, let's go and just segue into Barbie.
Okay.
So yeah, y'all.
Barbie the movie.
From here on out, spoiler alert: if you have not seen Barbie,
Yes.
you have been warned. Please go see it. If you do go see it, wear some pink. Watch it with some friends. Watch it with friends of the opposite sex, maybe. Or just someone that
It's
might,
for everybody.
or someone that might have a different view as you. I think it's a very eye-opening film. Lots to talk about, and it poked fun at both me and Vicky, and we enjoyed it
Oh
immensely.
my god.
We were like,
Bruh.
we were definitely like elbow jabbing each other during the movie.
There was this one where like you like I think we were holding hands and like you held my hand tighter, and then I could also see my sisters like peering over to me when a certain part came up, and they're like, I'm like, I know you guys are thinking about me. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, let's start off with what were your favorite parts of the movie? Again, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, fucking play the rest of this episode when you come back after seeing it.
I mean, just speaking as a dude that never really grew up with Barbie, even like around my sister, she didn't really have Barbie either. I never really was involved with the world. I think the only thing I knew about Barbie was the Aqua song.
Aqua song. What Aqua song?
Oh,
Oh, I'm a Barbie girl.
Yeah.
That one? Okay, got it.
hiya, Barbie.
In a Barbie world.
So anytime Ryan Gosling was on screen, he was great. I mean, people were hyping him up, but also people were like kind of like saying like, bro, Ryan Gosling's already too old. Who cares if he like was good as a kid that could play Ken? Like, he's old now, but he was great, and everything. It made it more sense for him to be older, because Barbie has been around for a long time. Kind of makes
So
sense.
was
that he's
Ken.
old. Yeah, so was
So
Ken.
was all of those other Barbies that were there.
He killed it. I saw a lot of people just giving him praise for it, and
Especially in the press tour. It's like Ken never left, because he is Ken.
Right.
He is Knuff.
He's Knuff. Yeah, he's great. He has complex layers despite playing what could be like a very simple character, right? So it's just seeing him
There's
discover
more to Ken.
yeah, seeing him discover what the real world is like with like the whole patriarchy scene, just the highlight of all like the manly stuff, like when he's exploring by himself. I'm just like, bro, like that's such a good montage that really just expresses like how unequal the real world is.
Yeah. Because in especially there when they're in the real world, they're both. I think both Barbie and Ken, they're trying to find their way on in life, right? They're trying to find more to it, but and in the end, I even wrote in my notebook. In the end, they find out that patriarchy fails both of them. I mean, even when Ken brings patriarchy into Barbie Land, he lost interest a long time ago when he realized horses weren't a part of it. Right? But like in the end, the only reason why he did that is he thought Barbie would be able to acknowledge him finally. But he didn't even get that, but he still kept going along with it. But even that was just stifling him even more. Right?
Yeah, I mean the patriarchy just sets like unrealistic expectations for men, and it just really talks about mental health for men and how like
every time someone says it's like it's anti-man, it's like no, it's anti-patriarchy, and a lot of people are giving their input on that as well, and because it's we're getting more insight for the women, of course, but we're also seeing how men are portrayed in real life too, and what patriarchy has done to them, where they need to appear masculine because that's what a man should be like.
Yeah, there's
you
like
know?
there's like I forgot where it came from, but there was something where it was like talking about how like the certain communities and cultures where it's all about male empowerment, they're the ones that are like hating on this movie, when in reality this movie is giving a lot of like representation
yes.
for men, and giving in a different sense power to men, because it makes them more vulnerable, which is
and which makes it which shows that being vulnerable is okay, because patriarchy is saying you can't show your emotions, you can't do this and that because you're a man. You have to hide all of that. You have to be being violent and aggressive is your only way on getting to the top, right? But look at how unhappy like all of them were, like, and yeah. Poor Ken. But at the same time, I am upset that, I mean, it's nice that Barbie apologized at the end, saying how I'm sorry for ignoring you and everything. I didn't realize that was hurting you that badly, because at the same time Ken never said anything, because he always felt like he had to impress her.
Shadow.
Yeah, be in the shadow, impress her all the time, because he was always advertised as Barbie's boyfriend.
Right.
And when Barbie apologized, she's telling him, like, you can just be Ken. You don't have to always follow the whole title of being Barbie's boyfriend. Just be Ken.
Oh,
He's
man.
just Ken.
At the party that we went to over the weekend, I introduced myself to people because I was shy and introverted. I was like, hey, Vicky's boyfriend.
I know. I'm like, this is Reedon.
Hey,
Hi, Vicky's boyfriend.
Hi, I'm the boyfriend.
Like, hello? Why?
Because I probably will never see those people ever again. Like, what does it
Probably.
matter? Yeah.
No, you saw some of them last year, and then you saw them again this year.
Yeah.
Okay, you never know.
Plus, just the way the room was situated, I'm like, I can't escape. I have to just. I felt like I was boxing when I walked into that room. I couldn't.
It's okay. Just be Reedon.
I'm enough.
You're enough. You need to take in all that Kenergy, and just be Ken.
Indeed.
But also, like, Ken did all of that to make his Kendom, and he never really apologized. He just said, "Thank you, Barbie." I wish we got that, but at the same time, that was also real in that a lot of women are always apologizing, not just for our own mistakes and everything, but we're also apologizing for other people's mistakes. Why the fuck we do that?
Because I don't know.
I don't know. That's how it is, and that's also upsetting because I know I do that a lot. Yeah, we get in our head about it.
How about let's mix it up here. So like I obviously found a strong relatability to the dude characters, to Ken and to Alan.
Alan? Oh,
Alan.
Alan was great. I love Alan. I wish we got more of Alan.
Yeah, I wish he had his own little mini story. We got like a little taste, a little sample, but it never really went anywhere.
When he was trying to escape. Him,
yeah.
I never imagined Michael Cera fighting all those men. I was like, this is what I needed. I want more of this from him.
Just watch Scott Pilgrim. It's all there.
Oh, you're right.
And you obviously identify more with what Barbie went through.
Oh,
but,
I cried a lot.
Yeah. The Billie Eilish song hit different. But
it really did.
How about let's do a little flip flop. In what ways do you relate to Ken, and then I'm gonna do in what ways do I relate to Barbie?
Man, I always found myself relating to Barbie. I never really, for Ken. But isn't it kind of the same, because in the real world it is flipped? Where like, because in Barbie Land, sure, a lot of the Kens were always overlooked, but when it's flipped, now it's the women in general that's overlooked, right? So I still relate to both of them in a way, because we see how their lives are taken in both the real world and Barbie Land. So I think it's kind of still similar, even if I were to be in the perspective of Ken.
Okay. I think
I'm Ken in Barbie Land.
I think one for me is like towards the beginning when when the idea of like perfection starts to crack a little bit, and Barbie's just like, you guys ever think about dying?
Yeah.
Or just like
At
being able to
her
talk, being able
big-ass
to
party.
be, being able to be vulnerable and stuff like that, and being able to talk about serious topics like that, like it's kind of shunned upon.
It really is.
No one really wants to talk about it because it's a mood killer, or like you want to sort of present this perfect image of yourself that you have no problems, but
Especially in Barbie Land, there's nothing to worry about.
right. And sometimes living in that perfect life is like one of the worst things you can do, because like you have to maintain that,
Right.
and that's not fair to yourself. You got to be able to sort of have these problems in your life and be open about it. Otherwise,
And even if everything's like super perfect, then it's like, so what else are we doing?
right. That's what makes life interesting, you know.
Yes.
If it's perfect, then like, if it's a utopia, then like,
What more is there?
what more? Yeah, it just, the excitement in life is just gone.
Then like what else are we gonna learn from? If everything we're doing, if everything's like all solved.
Where's
you
the
know?
journey?
Yes, exactly.
Where's the journey?
Yeah.
Um,
Any other favorite parts?
no, I honestly am sad that I definitely do need to rewatch it again,
too.
because it took a while to kind of get used to the sort of the flow and
The playful element.
the playful elements,
Yeah.
and the editing, and just again get used to the Barbie world, because like at a certain point I'm like, oh shit, they're in the real world now.
How the fuck did they get there?
And then like
Oh,
my
man.
my like problem solving brain, I'm just like, what happened? Like, how do they? How is Will Ferrell's character gonna get to the Barbie land? And I'm like, I guess I just have to just let it go and just assume that they're just able to just do that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look at how they had Weird Barbie gave specific instructions on how to get from Barbie Land to the real world, and
I missed that part.
Oh, I know. I'm just telling you. It was only 4 minutes.
Because the
The
Krikorian.
no,
No,
Sinopolis.
fuck, the Sinopolis. They didn't bring me my nachos.
They were supposed to bring.
I asked for supreme nachos. I was like, he's like, I never get movie theater food. I'm gonna splurge because I've had a long day. I want to get some supreme nachos, and it's gonna be delivered right to my lap.
And I'm gonna enjoy Barbie
And
without having to get up.
we're about like 12, 15 minutes into the movie, and I'm like, all the lights are dim. Everyone's already sitting in their seats, and I'm just there with like the receipt in my hand, like, where are my nachos? So then I get up. I miss like a pretty significant part of the movie. So what happened during that part? It's
So
when
during that part, Weird Barbie was played by Kate McKinnon. She was explaining to stereotypical Barbie, so Margot Robbie's Barbie, how to get from Barbie Land to the real world, and basically saying, whatever you're experiencing right now, like technically she's malfunctioning.
right.
Weird Barbie is saying, you gotta go into the real world to fix all of this. Here's how to get there. You need to do this, this, and this. And I think around the time that you came back, because he left to go talk to the concession stand.
I like to have a word with your manager.
I never got my nachos. Fucking give it to me. We think they gave it to the wrong.
They gave it to the road in front of me.
Yeah, we saw them give it to a person in like the seat that we had said we're getting the nachos.
That fucking guy. Should
And
have just
I'm-
been like, sorry, dude, I didn't get these nachos. And
Yeah.
then he would have been like, oh.
Yeah. So I think even you said when you were telling them that you never got them, the guy that was giving the food, was whispering to their coworker and like
I gave those out, dude.
like I gave that like I gave it to the wrong person.
Yeah, like he didn't even look me in the eye. But whatever.
Yeah. But that was what was happening in the part that you missed.
Mhm.
So you didn't really miss much.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I was also just real. I mean, I guess the most impressive parts to me, aside from Ryan Gosling's performance, even though I did like Margot Robbie, she's perfect for the role, but just Ryan just overshined everyone else. I would not be surprised. Maybe not an Oscar nom, but a Golden Globe nom.
Okay.
I could see it. I
Okay.
could see it. What am I gonna say here? Just What were some of the things that you were most impressed by in Barbie?
The practical sets.
The set design?
The set design.
Yep,
because
set design was sick.
The transition, all the things that they had to do to go from Barbie Land to the real world, all of those, all the backgrounds and all the things that they were in, that wasn't CGI. That was actually something that they built in order to create those scenes. And I love how that, seeing Barbie and Ken go like the first time, I like how that wasn't the only time we saw that. I love how they kept bringing it back in, because like they put so much work. Why not? I loved it.
Yeah.
I like the waves too at the beach.
Those are cool.
I'll beat you off.
I'll beat you off. That was probably just the most impressive stuff. I mean, the acting was good.
I love seeing America Ferrera.
Dude,
I
America
haven't seen her in a
Ferrera.
while.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
since,
she's been in stuff. She
been in stuff
she
that
hasn't
I haven't
stopped.
seen.
But Ugly Betty's when I first saw her, and dude, she's amazing. I mean, her name's America, bro.
God bless America.
God bless America.
I loved her speech. That definitely like
Towards the end, yeah. Like,
that I was definitely crying a lot.
Pop off Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Sorry, Debbie Ryan.
What? This is a different movie you're talking about. What the fuck? I think it was funny how you were comforting me on one side when all the times I was crying, and then my cousin Ella was on my other side, and like she's like patting my arm. She's like, "It's okay, Ate." I was just crying so much, and then especially just I loved all of the emotional parts. I think I laughed a lot.
There was some really good moments.
It felt good.
The editing was clean in that aspect. Like, there's like the whole depression ad in the middle of Barbie.
Oh my god,
which is hilarious.
This is the part where I was talking about how like, because when Margot's Barbie was basically having an existential crisis, when they cut to like a commercial of like, now introducing Depression Barbie, like she's got anxiety and everything, and it's just.
She's watching reruns of the BBC's Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice, and then you look at me, and my sisters are looking at me, and I'm just like, fuck. And I had just watched the 2005 Pride and Prejudice a few days before, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. And I'm listening to the audiobook again. I'm like, fuck, that's me. I'm like, why is this so specific? And I'm like, I like Colin Firth's Mr. Darcy, but I really like, fuck, I forgot his name. Matthew. Do you remember the guy from Succession? Mr. Darcy in the 2005. What's that actor's name?
Matthew Perry.
That is Chandler from Friends.
LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc is fucking Joey.
Matthew.
It's a Matthew.
Mercer.
No. But I like the 2005 Mr. Darcy. But when they introduced that in the movie, just Pride and Prejudice in general, my sisters, I could see them looking at me from their seats, and I'm just like, guys, listen, I know. That is me.
That is me.
I am Depression Barbie.
Yeah. It was a good time. I definitely need to rewatch it.
Yes. Let's watch it again before it, or are you just gonna wait until it comes
on streaming?
out?
The fuck?
Okay, fine. That's fine. Well, we need to watch Oppenheimer.
We'll get around to it, I guess.
Okay. At least before it leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What parts did we not like?
Find confusing or wish we had more of. We already said we wanted more of Alan.
Yeah.
I wish we had more
Again,
of
it was
Alan.
hard to get into like that world at first. There are some like zany worlds where like the world just works differently, where like it's kind of easier to settle in. We kind of like got in there full force, you know. I wish there was I thought there was gonna be more like. This wasn't a part of it, but like more like Toy Story-esque, where like there's a kid playing with the Barbie,
like
in the
Lego
real world,
movie,
and then it goes into like I haven't seen Lego movies, I don't know. Spoilers, but then it goes into like the world, you know. I thought it was gonna be more of that.
Well, Will Ferrell's also in Lego movie.
Yeah. And at the sacrifice of having it be like a really like mass appealing movie, because they have to kind of hit all of these like beats in a certain time frame, like fast. You lose a little bit of intimacy with the movie.
I think it took me. I mean, I feel like I had already connected with America's character. But I think I was having trouble accepting like the kid, because the kid was so against Barbie and what she stood for. But it was only because like Barbie was just supposed to be a doll, but society changed her meaning and really brought like a negative thing on how women should view themselves, and like how we should keep our our appearances and everything.
It's a comedy, so it has to move fast. But I mean, that's like a rule for like any sort of comedy.
Right.
You have to move fast. But I just have a preference for slower moving movies where I actually get to sit with the drama, with the tension.
Maybe another 30 minutes of a movie. We could have done a little bit more.
Or just
I think that's what my parents thought. It was basically gonna be like a chid. I put child and kid together. A child playing with Barbies, because when we told them we wanted to go watch Barbie movie, they were like, "Oh, so it's just gonna be kids playing with the toys and they're gonna come to life type of thing." And it's like no, it's not like that. We didn't tell them anything else about the movie. So after we were done, my mom was just like, "That was a lot more than I thought." So, I think I was kind of confused with like when the ghost of the creator of Barbie like came up. Like I was like confused on who that person was. But I'm like, I guess she's gonna come up later, right? Again, I think that part I just need to rewatch, or maybe see some people talk about it on TikTok, or watch more video essays about it. Overall, pretty good.
All in all, I think the Barbie movie was a very smart movie that just brought a lot of conversation to people. Hopefully, that they can actually talk about stuff. I hope a lot of people got a lot of catharsis out of it, and actually like were able to talk to like their parents, or talk with their significant other, or their friends and family.
I know
about
a lot of people are using it as a test for their relationship, because it's like, what kind of things can you talk about, and are you able to see eye to eye on how the movie portrays things? You know.
Again, I feel like you and me just poked fun at each other, but like in a playful way. But then also in the more like emotional moments, like I was there for you, because I know that like you were feeling some of the things.
Oh my god! Towards the end, like we haven't even left yet. The credits are already rolling, and I'm just like looking at you, and I can't even talk because I'm just crying. I'm like tearing up right now just thinking about it. But yeah, that was very nice. You didn't even have to ask me anything. You just kind of just held me.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm okay. Just need to get this out. Great movie overall. Please go see it.
Yeah.
It's like watching this movie, I realized how much, like just for my sisters and I, how much Barbie has really impacted us, and that's why we were so excited to go see it. And yeah, they really did a lot. Like they touched upon a lot of different topics, especially when it comes to like mother and daughter relationships. Like made me cry, and then it made me cry like thinking about my relationship with my mom.
What was that one quote? It was like the one that made you start crying. It was
oh my
like,
god!
It was like mothers stay still so they can
their children can look back and see how far they've come.
Yeah.
And I was sort of like I just remember going like
yeah.
And I was bawling, and I think at that point I wish I could hold my mom and just I'm gonna cry right now. And I'm just like, I love you, Mom. Yeah,
it's a great movie.
Up. It was a good movie.
And I feel like
go fucking see it.
It's a great movie for mothers.
For all ages, especially for mothers who have done a lot for us, you know. And it's nice when seeing like TikTok videos about dads going all out, watching the Barbie movie a great experience for their kids, and like I'm like it's such a great bonding moment, and this movie has really done a lot for a lot of people. It's healed a lot of people's inner child,
for
if
sure.
they're not children.
For sure.
You know.
I mean, that's all I got to really say.
Me too. Maybe next episode we'll talk about Bluey.
Sure.
I'm kidding.
No. We are gonna pretty much end it here, y'all. Watch the movie. Movies are my favorite storytelling medium.
Yep.
movies are very moving. It's in the name. And just go see more movies. Support your local cinema.
Yeah.
If y'all got a screening to go watch this movie called Shortcomings, that's my Barbie.
Yes.
I mean,
Man.
Barbie's Barbie too, but like
Yes.
Shortcomings was definitely my like holy shit. Like I was wrecked.
We were able to watch that for free because due with thanks to PAC Arts Movement, Pacific Arts Movement, and we watched that like last Thursday.
Yeah.
And technically we both went in blind. You did for sure. I read the synopsis. I saw like a little snippet of it that came up on TikTok, like 15 seconds of it. But even then, I didn't really get much out of it. I'm just glad we both didn't watch the trailer, because that gave away too much.
Yeah.
and I'm glad we were able to watch it for free.
Oh yeah.
And now it's out, and I hope I get something, like some kind of recognition, because that was really good. That was like Randall Park's directorial debut.
It's great. It's a great time.
And great comedic timing for a lot of things.
Guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it here.
Yeah.
Feel free to give us your like thoughts on Barbie.
Yeah,
I know that
you can send us a message over on our Instagram.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be public. Just send it to us private. We would love to read your thoughts on this episode and just what we talked about. Yeah, and then also, just another like call to action here, guys. Follow our TikTok, follow our Instagram. We're still uploading stuff there all the time, especially on our Instagram.
Not all the time, okay?
And then also, I want to just go ahead and say it here. Thank you to my coworker, Christian. He actually came up with a great idea. If we hit 100 followers on our Instagram, how many do we have on TikTok?
TikTok, I think that's already 100. But Instagram, we're stuck at 88.
We're stuck at 88. If we get to 100 followers on Instagram, guys, we're going to do an episode. That's going to be my idea. You ready? You ready to hear it? Blindfold Trader Joe's taste test.
Oh, okay. Yay, food. And then
we're gonna get like 3 to 5 items from Trader Joe's.
Each of us.
And we're gonna feed it to each other blind.
Oh, okay, so like I'll be blindfolded, and you'll be feeding me the stuff you got.
Yeah, and you have to guess what it is.
Oh shit! I don't know anything about.
But then
Trader
also,
Joe's
I'm
stuff.
gonna put it into a bowl, and you have to grab it.
Okay, if they're able to be put into a bowl.
Like,
what if it's like spoon? You have to spoon feed. What if it's like a salsa?
Actually, I think touching it will give it away, so I'm gonna just give it to you.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Yeah, just feed me.
Okay. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be your little challenge.
And then I said, well, you said if we get to 300 followers, but I wanted to do. I mean, obviously it's gonna take a while. I just need to be on top of my game, social media wise. But if we get to 300 followers on both Instagram and TikTok, Reedon said that he will. he agreed that he will wear a period cramp simulator. So he can really relate to women all around. So that's nice. So yeah, that's only 300 followers for both, right? For TikTok and Instagram. And once we hit that, we're gonna buy one, and then like I don't know. We'll do like a little trivia thing about periods or some shit like that. and like the pain will like go up throughout the episode. Right? You agreed to that, right? Shake hands. Come on. What? So you can really understand what it's like. You always say like, if I could take away your pain, like I'd take it. I'd give you a break. This is it. What?
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good week, guys.
See you next time.
See ya.
Love y'all.
Yeah. Get out of here. Go to
Bye.
bed. Bye-bye.
Bye.